everything.
Yeah.
And I had this whole like, it doesn't work
Yeah.
for me. Like, what is wrong with me that it's not working?
Mm.
Because friend A, friend B, stranger I don't even like over there, gets a hold of this material and they just go off to this whole other level. And I'm like, I was stuck. And I was just like, I was so over it.
Yeah.
I feel like I had just given up and not said anything about it. Like I just felt like I'm done. Like I think the only thing that was really keeping me from like really getting worse was saying it out loud. Like I felt like me trying to keep things together, trying to be hopeful, trying to be resilient, trying to be strong was just like, if I just don't admit it to like, there was just so much shame, so much bitterness, so much disappointment, so much like, God, like, why am I still here? What is going on? Like, can you, like, what is the secret code? That's how I felt. I felt like there is a code that I have not cracked yet. And I don't understand why I can't move forward.
And guys, this is why I'm so excited for this conversation, because this is real. And many of us are living here and ignoring it, right? Like, we feel stuck. We're watching people around us like shift and move and build and do, and we're just like, I'm praying the same prayers, I'm reading the same verses,
it's the exact same verses,
we believe in the same God,
same book.
What is the difference, and why is it not working for me? Maybe for some of you guys, you're watching this and you're saying, we're in the same business, or we're in the same business model, or we're in the same job, and I see people who will come into the workplace and then they go, and I'm just right here in the same place year after year after year after year. And guys, I'm highlighting this because I think sometimes we don't give ourselves permission to admit the bitterness that we feel about that. And the discouragement, like real, actual disappointment, real discouragement, that we feel around just being stuck and watching other people shift and not knowing what is missing to actually close that gap. Hey, Taryn. And so that, that was our initial conversation. And I remember, one thing that you asked Maya in our very first conversation. And, me and Maya, if any of you guys know me from years back, me and Maya have run together for years. Me and O'Neill too have run together for years, but, me and Maya ran very closely for many, many years.
Yeah.
And
the fire.
That's right. and this is why I'm so excited, because I love you guys so much. One question you asked me in that first conversation, you said, Toyin, are you sure this will change me? Because one of your biggest, and you said it right now, one of your biggest things was, it seems like everything works for everyone else, but it doesn't work for me. And, you were like, are you sure your process could actually help me break through? And I was like, well, based on what the challenges are and what you've told me, if you do the stuff. And guys, I'm not gonna we're not like magic, right? So you have to actually do the work, but if you do it, then I was like, sis, I got you. I know this is gonna shift for you. And I really want to honor that level of trust to be able to say, look, it feels like nothing else has worked, but I'm actually going to put my hand back up and try one more time. And so you guys did that. You guys hustled, worked, and found your way into the room.
Oh, yeah.
And so you get
it's an investment. It's okay.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And so you guys get in the room, and so if you guys are watching this for the first time, I asked this question because here's the truth. If you want to fix your financial journey, and it will not happen in just, you know, what do you call it? It's not going to happen just because you want to. You know, you don't get what you want. You get what you settle for. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe. You get what you believe. So if you want to transform your financial journey, it has to start right here. And so for you, O'Neal, we'll come back to you. When you came into Money Mindset Shift, y'all already know we always start with, let's find out what are some of the weeds happening in your mind that are affecting your finance. Actually, we didn't even talk about the finance. So what did things look like financially as well? Because that's going to impact, you know, where we are now.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I'm a YouTuber. So like, and not, it's
and
not
when you
just
say that I'm a YouTuber, like, so let me just qualify that, because people can hear you say like I'm a YouTuber and they're like, oh, a YouTuber. Like, this dude actually has like tens of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Like, he runs a real in-depth, like, vocal teaching, dissecting thing. Like, he's a legit YouTuber. So please, I just wanted to say that.
So between YouTubing and then also vocal coaching, because that's like my trade.
Yeah.
I'm running, like, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm running my vocal coaching business, and I'm YouTubing at the same time, but I'm faithfully creating videos, you know, videos that are getting upwards of 500,000 views, 600,000 views, and just like, you know, consistently making content that is resonating with my audience, but I'm not getting the money that shows for it.
Yes.
And there were so many times where, and that was part of this thing that was going on in my head. I'm like, I'm actually successful at this. People actually like to watch me, but I don't have the money.
Yes.
It's kind of like what Maya was saying. It's just like, it seems like for everyone else, like they get to a certain amount of subscribers or whatever, but it seems like for me, every single time money has anything to do with money, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, like, I wasn't even really making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I think maybe I should try something else. Maybe I'm not really called to this.
Can you imagine? And guys, I want you to hear this, because how many other people would be like, if only I could have 500,000 views. Like, that's like blows some people's mind. Like, if I could get 500,000 views on my YouTube video, if I could just get to that level, everything's gonna change. Everything's gonna be different. But the truth is, you can do the right strategy. And if something about you isn't okay with receiving money, money won't follow the strategy. And so for you, O'Neal, it's like you were doing it, and you're qualified. Like, you're really good at what you do. That's why you have 500,000, 600,000 views, because you're good at it. But if you weren't okay with receiving from it, we could be the best at what we do and not get paid. And that's why we find so many people who are so talented but don't get paid. Okay, so that was the thing there. And then Maya, what did you notice about your financial journey specifically?
My financial journey was a struggle. Just being like point blank period. Like, I had a dream to, you know, pursue music full time and be an independent artist, but I never really believed that I could make money in that field, straight up. So I was like looking for work that could support, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the
day job.
The
day job
to support the side hustle, which is the real thing. Yes.
Exactly. And to be honest, like, in my heart, my biggest issue was just like, I felt like I was, because I did another entrepreneurial like venture and that didn't work out for me either. So I was discouraged to then go look for work, to then be working in a place where I was like miserable.
Yeah.
And not even practicing financial habits that I thought I knew. And I was just like, what is going on?
Yes.
Why does this keep happening? You know? And then I'm like, if I'm doing this at the day job, everywhere I know, they're like, you need a day job. but I'm miserable and
the money's
I'm not even doing the
up.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not adding up. I'm like, it's kind of like, you know, the fear of doing what I want to do and still, you know, working out. So, you know,
on all sides.
And that's how I was like, I wouldn't even say it out loud. I was just like, oh, my secret dream, lest that get stolen from me too. You know, like there's this real fear to take risk. And like I laughed when you said, you know, we hustled and we worked to get into the room, but it was because we were like, this has to work or nothing.
There's nothing else.
You know what I mean? Like O'Neill said, life or death.
Yeah.
Like that's not a joke.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I think even like I wasn't necessarily dealing with depression head on like that.
Yeah.
But that level of discourage,ment is something that people live with, and they don't even realize how heavy it is
to walk in that. Hope. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's very similar.
Woo. Okay. So y'all come into Money Mindset Shift. And Maya, how about you? You go first on this one. You know, what was the top one or maybe two mindsets that you noticed were really what was, because one thing you mentioned was even when you would do the day job, which everybody said that's the responsible thing to do, it's like money doesn't add up because it's just not being used because money didn't want to stay.
Right.
What did you notice about your own mind, your own heart, in terms of your first or second top two roadblocks?
Yeah. Okay. One of my top roadblocks was I think the sentence was, if I get rich, then I will abandon my morals and lose myself. And that's when I realized, I was like, wait a second, I'm actually fighting against what I logically think I want. Because it's like I was afraid of the abundance, thinking that like in order for me to be moral, to be kind, to be, you know, a good person, I had to be like broke or just struggling, you know, just call it for what it is.
Yes.
And I thought that was really like, that was not what I was expecting. Like I was expecting, oh, I'm afraid of failure. Yeah. But I was like, no, wait, I was afraid of success.
Yeah.
Why am I fighting against what I say that I want?
I need and what I'm looking for. Wow.
Yeah. I was just like, my subconscious has been an enemy and I didn't even know. You know, when you come in and you're like, oh, I think this is what's wrong with me. I think this is what's wrong.
Not even. It's
no.
More close.
That thing came from my neck. Okay.
Guys, I want you to hear that, because often we really think we know what the problem is. Right? Like we think totally. It's just because, you know, the thing that's really held me back is that experience that I had. The thing that really affected my finances is that car accident 5 years ago. The thing that really affected my finances is I just, the fact that I don't have a degree, that's really the reason that I haven't been able to build or, you know, whatever. And Maya, what you just said is gold. And I want y'all who are listening, hey, Saran, I said Saran, hey, Leanne's like, hashtag replay. Girl, you caught us live. You live. She's like, hey, O'Neill, hey, Maya. But like, what I love about what you're saying right now is what I always say, your subconscious, the reason the finances isn't working is often deeper than what your brain is telling you. Because what happens is the real belief is there, and your brain will simply give you a logical, understandable reason.
Yep, just to fill the space,
space. And so you fight against the logical, understandable reason, but the real root is still there. So that's why many people, for example, they'll say, the reason my business isn't working is because the strategy is too difficult, or the strategy it's not the perfect strategy. So that's what their brain's telling them. So they go from one strategy to the next strategy, but in the next strategy, it doesn't work. So they go, this is the wrong strategy as well. So they go to the next one. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is the wrong strategy. And they just keep going from one business to another business to another business, never, ever, ever realizing, no, the problem is they really don't want to win or succeed or have money, because if I have too much money, am I still going to be a genuine person?
Yeah. And that shocked me. Like I saw some of the videos where, or Toyin, where you would talk about this stuff, and when you just watch and you're just like, whatever.
But not me.
And then I do the exercise. No, but this is the thing.
I did special case.
I did the exercise and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that's when I started to pay attention. I was like, okay. The second one for me as well was I can't have what I want. And that was just like across the board. And underneath that was, I'm not good enough to have what I want, or I can't become good enough to get what I want. And that's really why things aren't working. That's what, because like that made it like, okay, so this person is good enough. That person is like excellent. God loves that. God loves that person over there. Okay. And that's why they're like,
that's why it's working for them.
Right. For them. And honestly, like my journal blew up doing this program. Like I had to get another journal because like I, as a Christian, I went through this program with the Lord, and he was just like, there is enough love to go around. And we had to go through verse after verse. Like because it was all connected to like, I don't feel good enough because I don't think God is good. I think God is dangling a carrot over my head. And he's trying to trick me. And he's trying to get me to help somebody else do well in life. But when it comes time for me to do my own thing, he's like, whoop. Sorry, thanks, peace. Let me go run off with this person. And like we're, and to be honest, even coming out of this program, I wrote down all of those breakthrough stuff and the scriptures, and I go over them again because I'm just like, I can't afford to have this stuff slip.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I can't forget. I can't be like, oh, I don't know if I changed. You know what I mean? I don't have time. I mean, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about how I got there later. But at that point, I was just like, whoa, like this goes, and like he had to go all like in the archives of my life and picking up memories, conversations, things that happened to me, things that didn't happen to me, where I was just like, okay, so this has been like, it's been like a extended case I've been building against God and myself. And that really hit home for me. And I'm like out here like, I believe I can do this. But inside,
and I believe, and you said something that I think Dorianne said it recently in one of our lives, like a week ago or so, where she said, as a Christian, it's so easy for us to be like, God loves me. God loves me. Lord, I know you love me. I love you. You love me. We're good. Yay. But in that moment where you really look in the mirror and you realize my subconscious didn't actually believe that. And because it didn't believe that, it has believed that God is setting everyone else up to win but me.
Totally.
And so you go through, and we'll just stay with you, Maya, and then O'Neill, we're gonna come over. But you go through our process, the module 2 process. Everybody talks about it. Module 2.
I talk about it.
And what did you see happen in your heart? What did you see happen in your heart? What did you see happen in your mind?
Tell him.
I will tell you. Do you remember our first call? No, this is so important to me. So our first call, we had a breakthrough call, and one of the questions you asked me was like, do I feel like pain or some, like we were talking about pain.
Yes.
And I felt like my heart, I literally kind of felt like I was in like perpetual bypass surgery. Like my heart is out here and it feels so hard and so just like separate from myself.
Yeah.
And I literally felt, and this is like in the days by days. It's not like I woke up one morning and it was like, ah, and the birds are singing to me. But like my heart was getting free to the point where like now, like I was saying to O'Neill, like we'll talk and I'll interrupt myself because I'm like, I'm different.
Yeah.
You know,
she's literally
we're like blah blah blah. I'm different, and he's like, you know, you
interrupted your whole self to say that you're different. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And you know what it was too? Listen, God will come for your life. Don't think you can do this program and just coast, because he was just like, hey, these are the people you need to forgive. And I was just like, no, God, no. And I my freedom was hanging on that.
Yeah.
I didn't start feeling until after I went and I spoke to those people. It was more than one, but it was so deep. It was like I was trying to fix it by myself. Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of like I know I was watching these videos trying to fix myself by watching these videos so far. And that was like doing this program, I couldn't do that anymore. Yeah. I straight up couldn't do that anymore. Yeah. And that's when I started to feel I started to feel it. And those things it's not easy. Yeah. Like it's not, like humbling.
Getting your mind in track, like looking in the mirror, being real with yourself, being real with God, being real with the people in your life, like all of those things, that is what's required for you to be whole, guys. Because when we talk about getting your finances right, many people are just thinking, oh, my money story is separate from me. Right? So they're like, just fix the money. Let's just talk about the money. Let's just figure out why I'm not keeping a job. Let's just figure out why this is happening or that's happening, and not recognizing that, no, this is a lot deeper than the money. Because if you don't feel like you can receive, for example, if you don't feel like you deserve to be loved, you don't deserve to receive love, and you don't deserve to receive, and you don't deserve to receive money. So you can do all the work, but there's no money that comes. So if you want to be able to receive money, then you need to be able to receive, and you need to be able to receive love, and you need to be able to, do you see how everything is connected? So, okay, so we're going to come back, Maya. O'Neill, what was the top 1 or 2 mindsets that you noticed when you started to say, okay, what is my limiting belief around money or me?
Yeah, the two big ones. And they came down quick when I realized them. The first one was that I'm not valuable. And that one was like, that one was so deep, and I realized it was the reason why I was able to rehearse suicidal thoughts so flippantly. It's the reason why I was able to sit in depression and in negative thoughts, because I knew I was valuable to the people that loved me, to my fiance, to my church, to everyone that ever was blessed by me being there. But I wasn't a blessing to myself. And so I had deduced, I am not valuable. And realizing that I wasn't valuable, or in thinking I'm not valuable, I realized that, okay, if I'm not valuable, then I'm not going to ask to be paid because there's no value. So like, so that was the first one. And when that thing broke, oh my goodness, like I felt like there was like the joy and the peace that came with that. It was just beyond words. So the first one was I'm not valuable, and the second one was that in order to get money, I need to work hard.
Yeah,
that was a big. I just remembered it now, because the thing is, because I remember watching, my mom, worked so hard. I know. I remember watching, friends work hard in different seasons of their lives. And, you know, not eating, not sleeping, hustling. Like, it was all about the grind, you know, just, you know, do it. And I was just like, okay, so in order for me to make money, I just need to get my grind up. I need to work hard. And honestly, and I, even with those two actually mixed together, I didn't realize that I was actually working extremely hard. Like, it was a point where I was busing 3 hours out of town in order to work and then coming back on a 3-hour trip in order to, and I felt, even though I wasn't getting the return that I thought that I was getting, I thought that I was okay because I was working hard. And so working hard, and money must follow.
Then money must follow.
Money comes.
Listen, please. Hold on. Just wait. Just wait 1 second. Just wait. Guys, please hear that. When your brain is addicted to working hard or believes working hard is the only way that you can build financial success, what you will do is work hard. And when you want to increase, you work harder. When you want to increase, you work harder. But your brain does not pause to look at the picture and say, is money actually following this extra hard work? Like, just what you just shared, it's so common, and for people to just hear that, like, you would spend 6 hours in a day to work somewhere, be paid less than what you're valued, but it's okay because you're working so hard, and your brain thinks, if I'm working so hard, then money's going to come through this somehow.
And the reason why I was able to continue doing that was because I was so desperate to be valuable. And so I wanted to get that value no matter how much hard work. If it killed me, I wouldn't care, because I wanted to be valuable. And because I didn't believe I was valuable, I was able to work until the cows came home.
Exactly.
But it's like 100 times 0 equals 0. Like, it was just there was nothing that was actually coming out of what I was doing because I didn't believe that I was valuable, and because I believed that if I worked hard, I was gonna get money.
Yo, let's just say that on that. Let's just pause. Let's just say that, because I think...
And then we get offended when we see people getting money easy.
The offense was so real.
You know what I mean? Because you're like, how dare you?
And you can't cheer for your friends when they're winning. You can't cheer for the people that you love in your life because it's not working for you, and because it's like, oh, you're gung ho, but in your heart it's just like,
why does it have to be
me
so hard for me?
Yep.
Guys, I don't know if we've had like a realer conversation than this ever. And if you're watching this, I really want you to, like, if you're watching the replay or something, pause the video right here. And just ask yourself, like, be real with your own self right now. And even if you're watching live right now, be real with yourself right now. Do you believe any of these things we've talked about? Do you believe that if I'm not working hard, I can't get paid? Do you believe if I'm not grinding, then I'm not showing value? If I'm not overworking, if I get to the end of the day and I haven't overstretched myself, then the day was lost. The day was a wrap. If you believe, and the value one is so tricky because it's such a subconscious belief, O'Neal, and I love that you're bringing it to the surface, because so many people will say, of course I believe I have value. Of course I have value. Of course, because that's the logical response. Whereas ask yourself, for real, and here's an easy way to know whether you believe you have value or not. Just ask yourself, do I get paid my value? am I willing to receive?
Yeah.
Like, if someone gives me gifts, do I receive it, or do I feel guilty around it? Do I feel unworthy of it? Do I feel undeserving of it? Like, these are the things that give you little clues that, yeah, maybe this is deeper than just your budget. Maybe this is a little bit deeper than just the colleagues in your workspace who keep on bursting into your word day. Did you sing? This dude is like, maybe. Right? Like, maybe. Like, if you are not willing to allow yourself to see what's really happening. The reason this is so important, guys, is because if you don't see these, you will continue to work on the minors. You know, my dad always says, don't major on the minors, right? You continue to focus all of your effort in, how do I work harder? How do I work harder? What else do I need to do? What other hustle can I start? How many side hustles can a person do at the same time while doing their main job? How many businesses can a person do at the same time? Until you hear this and go layers deeper, you will continue to grind. And it sucks. Guys, let's just be honest. It really sucks to work the most and be paid the least.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, O'Neal, you shift.
Yeah.
What happened?
First thing that happened, okay, there were a lot of things that happened. First thing that happened was inward. My mind started to default to the good. And yeah, 8 weeks.
8 weeks, y'all.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
It didn't take a year of counseling.
Yeah.
It didn't take a year of, eating right, doing, et cetera, and so forth.
Yeah.
Just by taking hold of that
the
one belief.
The actual trigger.
Yeah. Like, I would wake up and I was actually dreaming about my dreams. Like, my aspirations.
Yes.
Yeah. Dreaming about my aspirations.
Come on.
I started dreaming again like crazy.
Come on.
I started hoping for the future. I started getting excited about things again. A big thing is that I decided to raise my price.
Right. Because you have value. You have videos that have 500,000 views. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like the one thing that would always say, you can't charge this much because you're not worth this much was gone.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, I'm going to charge what according to my value, according to my situation in life. But like, it begins with me, and it begins with where I am, and not based on all of the other factors that are not me.
Yes.
It was like it's like I would go for runs and I would just experience like the wind and just like feel deep. One of the big ones. I'm a musician, so I love music. And I remember when this thing first left, I would listen to my music and this deep joy that I used to get from music when I was a child.
Wow.
Like, I was hearing my music so deep. And I would, because I dance around the street and I listen to my music. It's actually really fun. You should try it. But I would do it. But now it was just like I was feeling such deep joy. All the things that brought me joy, like being around Maya, all of these different things that brought me joy were hitting in these deeper places.
And
I didn't have to apologize for it.
Yes.
I didn't have to feel guilty for it.
Come on.
But it was like. And it was real. It wasn't like I was because like with being a Christian, it's like, you're given a lot of sayings sometimes. It's like, praise the Lord, hallelujah. God,
how are you doing? Blessed and highly favored. I'm good.
And it's almost like when you say it, you're supposed to say it even if you don't feel it, and if you don't believe it.
Yes.
And so and there's a little bit like I understand that, but like, actually say God is good and
feel
actually
it.
feel God is good, totally different. totally different.
I just want to highlight something that you just did right there, because you were talking about, like, you know, your mind shifted so much from that place of depression to like here, where you said, you know, I'd be running and I just felt the wind, and there's just so much joy. Like, guys, do you hear that? The wind, like, the wind, just wind on your face, so much joy. And I just want to say, I know the feeling. It's so good, right? But it's like, when you live in joy, and you know, there was one thing you said in your time as you were going through the weeks, you were like, oh my gosh, I am so much in the space of joy that when I'm or you said I'm so much in a space of peace that when my peace gets shaken, I actually know it's like weird. It's like, wait, what?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Like, peace is the default now. It's like
big deal.
We like, it's almost like before it was like O'Neill was like a country that was war torn and like it's no man's land. People die left, right, and center. There's epidemics, pandemics, all types of things that go on inside.
Yeah.
And now it's like, finances are amazing. The economy of the country of O'Neill is amazing. The prime minister, president, if you live in the United States, is all right.
That's right.
Amazing. Everything goes well here.
Come on.
And so when there's like an invasion of some type of something that's not peace, that's negative, it's like the guns go blazing. It's like everything. It's like, you do not belong here.
No.
It's like anything that is negative, that is not peaceful, doesn't belong in me anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, before it was just like, no, that's just the way I think. Like, or I'm just sad today. Yeah, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Yeah. And it's a complete difference now.
Wow. And the power of that is you just get your time back.
Yes.
Right? So like, for those of you guys who are watching who really resonated with what O'Neill said about feeling like things just pull you down all the time, it's like when you get to this place of understanding and like your heart is living in this space of peace.
I'm so happy I'm sweating, guys.
You have the church rag, like all I need is the fan. Right?
Thank God.
But when you shift so deeply that non-peace, you know, that the negative belief becomes the intruder. The negative belief is, and then now you know what to do to shift it and come right back to your home. And it's like, you get to just make now. So it's like, instead of now having to lie down in bed and spend half of the day trying to get over something and feeling it and carrying the weight of it for a week or 2 weeks, it's like, okay, let's process it. This sucks.
And I have to say, it's not that negative thoughts don't come.
That's right.
And it's not that
everything is like
rosy and that everything is amazing. Things still happen.
Thank you.
But things still happen, but I know how to deal with them now and how to keep like, if it's a negative situation, I can keep the negative situation and the negative thoughts on the outside.
Yes.
It doesn't belong in me.
Yes.
So it's like, now I have the tools to be able to keep my emotional home.
Come on.
Like, to say, hey, this is what's for the outside. This is what's for me.
Yes.
I can control that.
Yes.
I hear myself.
Guys, are you hearing this dude? Like, just 8 weeks.
I mean,
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay. Marsha's watching and she said, please know that I will be using this analogy of peace because that was pure fire. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what happened financially? Because what I love about this is not only did you guys shift, but then it was like, O'Neill, you paid off a debt that you had had for, how long did you have it? I don't know how long you had it.
I think it was 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
and it was
2
like,
years.
oh, okay, let's just get that dealt with.
Yeah.
Like,
as easy as that.
Yeah.
For real. Like it was like the debt, it was just like, oh man, this is just gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
And this is just the way that we
life.
do. And literally, like, not only, like, first of all, there were opportunities that were available to me that I didn't even dig into because I didn't think I was worth that.
Yes.
But since that was gone, I could dig into the opportunity and then
I remember.
move around. Yeah, you remember.
Listen, I remember you even said there was a project that you were working on where all you needed to do was finish the project and get paid. But because you were so averse to getting paid, you didn't finish the project.
I remember. I totally forgot about that. That happened.
Y'all see these people,
literally,
they shift and they
I was
forget.
Sitting on it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I was sitting on it because I charged what I was worth.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, it was something in my brain that was just like, you can't do this. You don't deserve this.
Yeah.
So I didn't finish. And then I was able to finish.
Yeah.
And I was able to see, wait a minute, no, I actually do deserve this. And then in a day I was finished.
Yeah.
In a day. I was able to, in a day. And then in being finished, finishing the project and then digging into the opportunities, I was able to move things around to pay off a debt.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, guys, it comes out of value. And what I love about your journey is, like, when it clicked for you, you were just like, wait, I have a lot of subscribers. I have a lot of viewers.
Yes.
I have a lot of people that want to hear what I have to say. And I finally understand my value, and it's okay for me to receive. And to give out of that place, because even you think about the people who watch you and who are in your viewership, where they're like, they want you to win, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if they're watching and they're all watching and they want you to win and they're receiving from you and they're learning from you, but you're afraid to charge or say something or even say, hey, let's even journey together, let's do something, that opportunity is never presented. And I love it because once you shifted, you were like, oh my gosh, there's so much I could do for my community. And then there's so many opportunities. We could talk about opportunities. I remember the Peel opportunity. Like, there's so many things that opened up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Maya, just jump in. Like, what did you see shift when you finally decided to shift?
What did
Come on, fiance.
Yeah, right? Go ahead. For me, what shifted was I woke up happy. I remember that, like, this is when, oh my gosh, there's so many things because they all like come together. It's not like, oh, this one thing happened and then I was like, oh my God, I have a unicorn now. Like, no. I remember, like, you know what really got me? I remember I started shifting when I started hearing people's celebrations on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And I was like, this happens on a regular. Wake up.
This is how. Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. Okay, so for those of you guys who are watching, right? So we have these calls where people will share what's happening, and if you think our Facebook lives are amazing in terms of the shifts and the breakthroughs that happen, and we share on the Facebook lives, one of our calls is like 10 times what you're hearing in here. So often the people who come into our community and really see the shifts that people are making in their minds, in their finance, in their family life, everywhere, it's like, this is real. Like, it's like, what?
Yeah. And I love that because it's contagious. But it's like, I'm in a room with people that I can trust, because the same people who are being transformed and are like making moves, making real moves. All right. They're also being very transparent. Like, we can be transparent, and it doesn't get carried. I'm not seeing it somewhere else.
There's no judgment.
You know what I mean? And that's when I felt at peace to be like, okay, I can actually like open my heart up to let this program in, you know what I mean? And so, like, I remember it shifted for me. I did one of the modules, I think it was 3. Yeah. And I woke up literally the next morning, like, I feel good about life right now. Like dreams do come true. Like, oh my gosh, like it's not there anymore. Like I'm happy. Like, yeah, like I literally felt like, wait, I can do this. I can do this. I can actually do this. And like, my heart just opened up. Yeah. My heart literally just opened up. Oh, I remember we were going for a walk. We were having like Timmy's. You know, we just had a, you know, a one-time Timmy's type thing. And we were talking about music, and we were talking about like, you know, being an artist and making money in a very serious way. And the way that I was talking to Emil about it, I was like, it wasn't just possible, it was practical.
Yeah.
It was practical. Yes. And that's when I was just like, wait, is this happening to me? I'm talking about music and like whatever it is for I'm talking about my dream and
out
loud, like they belong together. Like they actually belong together, and it's not chump change. Like we're talking about like, you know, like real figures. And it's practical and it's doable and it's possible. And then I started applying for things and I'm getting like favor. Like I'm getting into rooms. I'm getting into rooms. I ask one question. I get like this entire bundle of like very specific like one-on-one coaching that then causes me to qualify for a course I didn't apply for. And then like I'm getting it, like I'm getting understanding for this field in a way that is just like, oh wow, this is easy.
Yes, this is actually easy. Because doors are opening. And I just love this because it's like, guys, I always tell you guys, it's about your trajectory, right? So when you look at your life, you want to look at your life and think, what is my current trajectory? You are never neutral. Nobody lives life at neutral. Nobody, not one person, lives life going across like so. At any point in time, you are either trajectory facing down or facing up. And what I always tell you guys is like, you want to be able to look at your life and say, what is my trajectory? Where, if I don't change anything right now, where am I headed? If I do not change anything right now, where will I be 10 years from now? Where will I be 20 years from now? Where will I be 2 years from now? And Maya, the biggest thing that I'm hearing right now is, first of all, hope. Like real tangible hope, but not like this impractical pie in the sky, la-di-da-di-da, one day type of a hope. It's like a practical, your brain has been unlocked, creativity, planning, strategizing, and then with the strategizing, open doors and favor and abundance, because abundance flows in now. And it's not just, and like you just said something like, I think you won like $900. You specifically received $900 worth of winnings. And you're the person who said in the beginning of the video, things just never used to work for you.
That's right. That's right. And that's why I had to put it in there. Because I was just like, this is happening to me, for me. Like, and I'm going after it. I'm not like, are you sure you didn't make a mistake? Are you sure this person shouldn't have? I promise you, I used to do that. I used to do that. No, this is for this person. You know, I get a gift. I shouldn't. Let me not open it because I should actually give it to this
I'll gift this. I'll just re-gift that to the other person.
That's not happening anymore.
It's like,
I wanted to say one more thing. It was focus. That focus thing is like really getting to me because now I'm prioritizing, like money can't be in my hand and not have a place. I'm not like, even when I'm tempted, because like I like to shop, guys. I can't. I really do, and I've embraced it, and that was a big deal for me also. But like now, like with all that we've learned in this course, I'm like, no, where can I invest this and And if I can't think of a place to invest it, let it just sit, and I can actually do that. Whereas before, I think it was in like it was just in a discussion, and I was just like, I'm like eagerly waiting to spend that thing quick, that I'm not even thinking about it. And now I'm like, no, I have vision. No, I have a plan. No, I have certain things that I have certain things that need to get done,
and
like,
my money is going to work for me, guys. Hear this. Hear this.
I can't. There's certain things that are not yet complete.
Yes.
That I can't carry into the next year with me.
Yes.
Like, we need to focus.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
I
like,
don't even say yes anymore. Yes. Guys, if you, and be honest with yourself, if you're an over shopper, right? If you like shopping, there's a difference between liking shopping, and I love the way you framed it, Maya, because it's like, I didn't stop liking shopping. It's just shopping doesn't control my money anymore.
Right.
So money comes in, and I have my plan, because you guys know we do these Facebook Lives, and we always talk about the mindset work and we do work plans, okay? We have our debt freedom plan, you get your financial freedom plan. But like, I have my plan, and now I'm not going to sabotage my plan.
Yeah.
I'm still going to shop, but I'm going to shop in a way that builds my vision and doesn't sabotage my plan. And I think that's the difference for many people who are watching, who like to shop and find themselves, impulse controls them, right? Yeah. Something happens negatively and they just buy something. And then they have stacks of stuff in their room with tags still on it, or things that are still in the packaging, because they literally purchased it out of a place of, I just need to satisfy something, or I'm bored, or I'm emotional. And I love what you're saying, because it's like, it's real and you're happy. You're still happy. Like, because often when you like shopping and you imagine no longer shopping the way you do, you think it's this, like, because you hear so many financial coaches that are like, grind, you never buy anything, and you don't spend any money. If you're ever going to be financially free, you cannot spend. But it's like, it's when you live that way, you sabotage yourself, because that's what you do. You sabotage yourself. And that's why I never tell you guys no spending challenges, because it's like, this is a deeper thing. We get the root, then we fix the fruit. And just hearing you talk about it right now,
and I got to the root of that shopping stuff.
Exactly. And once the root's fixed, you're like, so now the money sits there. And I like to shop. It's both together in the same room. Okay.
Both together.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. What would you guys say to someone who is watching this live right now? We have so many people who are watching right now.
No, you go first. I'm going to drop bombs. You go first.
Okay. All right. So wait. Let me give the context. Like, what would you say to someone who's watching, and for you, O'Neill, they feel like, I have prayed, I have fasted, I have done all the things that people tell you, if you feel stuck, do this. I've had counseling, I've had therapy, I've eaten healthy, I've taken vitamins, I've done all the things, but my mind is still stuck. And it's affecting my money, it's affecting everything. What would you say to that person right now?
I want to put this in like a non-corny way, but there's hope.
Amen.
Like, it's and hope, let's put it this way, hope isn't corny. And when it's real hope. Like when you have genuine, real hope, it's not corny, it's real, it's tangible. And with a program like this, like, hope stops becoming this distant, like, for me, like, if like, and the picture I used when we first had our call was like, I felt like I was in this deep well where it was just completely black, and like, hope was like, or like the light was far. Like, a program like this takes hope and brings it to you, makes it accessible, and it's tangible, and it's actually real. So to that person, I would probably just say, like do it. Like, do this program, and not just do this program as just another thing to try, but do it knowing that hope is going to meet you where you're at if you do the work.
Yes.
Like, hope is
Thank
going
you very much.
to
If you do the work,
you in the face, and it feels so good.
Amen. Winston said, hope is going to slap you in the face. You cannot run away from it, even if you try. If you do the work.
No,
if you do the work.
If you do the work.
If you do the work.
You know, and Maya, what about for you? What would you say to someone who feels disappointed, just straight up disappointed, and feels like God has forgotten them, and seems to be breaking through and giving abundance and giving, you know, Facebook Lives like these to other people, but never to them? Like, what would you say to that person
who's feeling really disappointed? Oh my gosh. If you don't move, nothing changes. Like, if you don't move, nothing changes. We laugh about it, but I felt like I had to shift in order to get on the breakthrough call.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not pretending that it's hard, that it's easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like the pain that you feel in your heart is not valid.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, if you don't move, it's actually not gonna change. And it's actually, you think you're safe. You think you're safe. And it's actually extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
If you feel disappointment will choke you out.
Yeah.
It will choke you out. I didn't realize how offended, how bitter I was until I started to move, until I started to open my heart.
Yeah.
And I was just like, honestly, I can only remember one other time in my life where I said, if I didn't move, my life would not have changed. Like 10 years from then, I would have been in the same place. That's how I feel about this, to the disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's feeling really stuck right now and they're just like, yeah, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, you moving forward is like, it's like you're winning the war. Like, just to give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance.
Can I add to that? Like, I would say even along that line, like, I think for me, the biggest thing when I was at my most hopeless state is that I thought that I was hopeless. Like, me as a person, I like
that it was
hopelessness
normal.
is me.
Yes.
And that to me is hopelessness. So the person that is hopeless, I probably would say as well that there is a you that is completely opposite of the you that you're seeing right now. The stuckness that you feel, the depression, the depravity that you feel. There's a you that's completely opposite of that, and it's already in you.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
You can find that you, and that you actually exist. It's not in an alternate universe. It's not in an elusive place. It's actually inside of you, and it's just locked up. You just need to get unlocked, and then you're able to be that really person that you hope to be.
Like, we're all like laughing and stuff after going through the program. But, like, we didn't know if this was possible. That's why we're here. Like I've been telling my friends about this. Not because I know you, Toyin. Even though I know and believe in what you do. But I was just like, no, but the program works, guys. Like, I am different. I am different. Get your life. Literally. No fences, okay? Don't sit on the fence.
Wow.
The devil owns the fence. Like, don't sit on I can't.
Listen,
I can't.
She just said, the devil owns the fence. Get off the fence. If you are watching this and you have been sitting on the fence, the devil owns the fence. Give it to him and choose life. Like, choose what you want.
Choose life. Choose
what you want. right? Choose what you want. And guys, I really so deeply respect your fight. The reason I'm saying this is because for both of you, when you started, you did not know it was even possible to look like this. Like, you didn't know that. And when you came in, you were like, we are literally doing this because we just don't see any other way. We've tried every other way. It hasn't worked. And we want this to work. And you trusted and you put like your action where your mouth was. And I honor that, because the truth is, it's not like it wasn't easy for you guys to get in the room. It wasn't easy. You guys had to get creative. Like, you guys made sacrifices to get in the room. But now it's like abundance. And so many times we wait for abundance before we change. We say, when things change, when my situation changes, when my job changes, when my income changes, when my savings is this, and blah, 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 then, Toyin, I'll book a free call. When I have the job, when I have this, or when I've scaled my income, when I've done then I will do what I need to do. And I love what you guys did, because you literally were like, yo, this is where we're starting. We know we need this shift, and we're ready to do what it takes to create this shift. And then you did, and you came in the program, and then you shifted. And now it's like we're laughing and we're joking and we're talking about all the abundance that has happened and the debt that's been paid off. But it's out of the decision before you saw any of this.
Yeah. I remember before we got in the program, I was like, something has got to give.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
I'm giving.
Yeah.
I'm totally I'm abandoning everything that was familiar to me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do something that's completely and utterly possibly crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I put my money where my mouth was.
Yeah.
And I had faith.
Yeah.
Took that leap.
Yeah.
And isn't that funny, because of his decision?
Yeah.
I was just like, in my heart, I was like, I don't know. But when I was looking at just O'Neal was serious and hopeful.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so you know what you're signing up for? He's like, yeah, I really believe, like, you know, I don't know how, but like, it's just gonna work. It's gonna work. And I was like, okay, I haven't seen him so convinced.
Yeah.
And that to me was just like, what if it works? And that very question was just like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, you're not going in there and shifting and leaving me when I had the opportunity to go with you.
Listen, we've had so many spouses where literally where one spouse will start the program, be in week 4, have shifted so much that their spouse is like, what are you doing? Whatever it is, I'm just in. And then they just come in and they go through the shift for themselves. Guys, I just want to thank you so much for doing this. And if you're watching this, guys, I want to say this to you. And you know that either it is a matter of your mind, you just want to get your mind where it needs to be for you to do the things God is calling you to do, or it's your money, right? You're like, I see the patterns. I see the cycle. I see myself sabotage myself. I am overworking. I'm tired. I feel disappointed. I feel bitter. I feel tired. If you're watching this and you're in that place, I am inviting you right now to book a call with us. It is a free conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's see exactly what is triggering this cycle or pattern for you, and then let's create a plan for you to shift. It is a free, I'll say it again, it is a free consultation, okay? Free, however you need to hear it. It is a free consultation, and it is for you to be able to finally get to the root, so that you're no longer just dancing around the mountain, fixing all the surface things, you know, avoiding the top of the iceberg, but hitting it on the bottom. right? And O'Neal, what are you doing? What was
I'm
that?
pulling out the root.
Pulling it out of the root. I was like, what is this? What is this?
Oh my
But
goodness.
I get it. It's pulling it out by the root. But guys, let's do that. It's toyindata.com/finance. If you want to book a call with us, toyindata.com/finance. And we will see you guys next week. We literally, guys, there's been so much popping in our clients, so many shifts that our Facebook lives for you, like we have Facebook lives scheduled till the end of July, okay? Of people that are like, yo, Toyin, yeah, let me just show up and tell them what happened, right? And I just want to say, like, if you've been watching these lives, like O'Neal was watching the lives, and Maya, like, they're my friends, they've seen so many of these, right? If you're watching these lives and you're saying, I want that, but you haven't put your hand up yet, put your hand up.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's just do it. Love you guys, and we will see you next week.